Okay, continuing on with our Antietam Glory series, turn 7, 10:15 a.m. Continuing on with our chip pull. Last we left off with was Stewart. The next one we're going to come up with is a Jackson again. So we've got Jackson coming on board for continuing his attack on Hooker over here. So looking at what we got, I think we're going to start with our reserve artillery again. These units here, and here, and this one unit back there to recover. So with the artillery, we're going to start here. This artillery is going to fire straight ahead. It's going to be strength of 3, range of 2, nothing for the terrain. So it's going to be 9 with a +3 on the dice. 7 plus 3 is 10. That's a cohesion check. 8 rolls an 8, so he breaks. Disorders. This one here is going to fire at the same target, so it's going to be 3. Again, same thing. It's 9 with a +3 on the dice. Rolls a 2 is a 5. That doesn't do it. The other artillery over here can't hit anything without hitting themselves, so they won't do anything. They're okay over there, and it'll just be them recovering over there. So they need a 7 or less. Roll a 4, so they're in good shape. Okay, so that's all for the reserve artillery. Next, I think we're going to try to come over here with Jones again and see what they can do. Now his artillery, again, is out of range or blocked from hitting anything without hitting themselves. So they won't fire, but they will try to move up some units. Okay, so Grigsby's going to go 1, 2 to there. And he can cover, so Stark can try to charge the guns. He's going to come up underneath them like so. He's going to come 1 over there. He's going to come up to here. He'll go 2, 4, 6. Okay, so that's it. The attacks are going to be, he's just going to cover, but he's going to try to go after the guns. Now, this is going to be pretty devastating, potentially. So, defensive fire, they need a 7 or 8 or higher. This is going to be artillery using defensive fire, firing only 1 hex. So it's going to be +2. They are in the open, which is going to be another +1 is 3. And there's 2 of them there, so it's going to be +5. Alright, we're going to see how this goes. +5 on the dice. They need an 8 or higher. They roll an 8. That stops the attack. He gets disordered. And that's going to be it. Artillery is holding out to some degree here. Now, let's see. So now for Lawton. He potentially can try the same thing over here. Gonna be a tough attack though. He can't, well, they could combine, but now he's sucking in all of these to attack here as well. So, yeah, That's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Alright, let's see, the artillery, he's nothing to fire at, so he's not going to do anything. He's going to pivot like that. He could go against them, but they're going to be, again, a 2, 4, 5. They'll need an 8 or higher, which they've already done it already. Tough, 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 tough. Well, we'll go all in with it. They'll attack. They're going to come up and attack. They will come up to support. 2, 1, 2. 4, yeah, he's okay. They'll come up to support. Actually, the artillery will come with them too. They'll come up here like so. So they're going to attack straight ahead. So going against Doubleday's guns here again. So it's going to be they need an 8 on a defensive fire with a +5 on the dice. They roll a 9. That stops that attack. Kind of thought that would happen. But had to take that shot. Now they're coming up here and attacking. So this is going to be, they're in the cornfield now, so don't get the +1. So it's going to be an 8 on there. -1 for disordered, +2 for defensive fire artillery at 1 target. So it's going to be +1. Artillery stacked with a unit, +3. Terrain is up 1 level, is no effect. So it's going to be +3 on the dice. So 8 with a +3. 10, that got them. So the Confederates pushed their luck a little bit there, but they needed to. They could afford to, I should say. And it didn't pay off. So they'll have to retire back. But Meade's line is stable over there. Last one over here is Hill. So Hill will fire his artillery down here. It'll be a +1, +2 with the plunging fire. 9 with a +2 on the dice. They roll a 0, which is a miss. Now with the units here, they'd like to attack, but they can't. They'll have to. He could here, but I'm bring in everybody else, but they don't have the strength to do it. So I think what we're going to do is actually, I hate to bring him back. Actually, I think we will move him up into here, like so. And everybody else will stay where they are. So that'll be it for Hill. Okay. So that's it for Hill. Let's see who we have next here. It's going to be Longstreet. Longstreet gets the call over here. So Longstreet has several units. They have Walker down here, which I think will stay put. Anderson and the reserve artillery intermixed. McLaws and Hood up there. I think we'll start with Anderson because he needs a little bit of help over here. Or actually, we'll start with the reserve artillery. Sorry. We've got the reserve artillery and Evans. Oh yeah, Evans is over here. So let's see. I should be able to see 3, 4. Range of 4. He's a short though, so it's going to be -1. Plunging fire is a +1. Well, yeah, it's kind of a long shot, but I'll take a shot at them over there. It's going to be a +1 for strength, -1 for range, +1 for plunging fire. So 9 with a +1 on the dice, and they roll a miss. And then this unit, wants to get into an artillery duel, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're in range of Sedgwick's troops. I think they'll try this shot. That'll be 7. So they're in range long. So it'll be +4. Plunging fire makes +5. So 9 with a +5 on the dice. 2 plus 5 is 7. Doesn't do it. Okay, these guys over here are good. What else do we have? Oh, we have this guy up here. He's short 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The -1 plunging fire would get him back up to 0 with a +2. So he'll try that for +2 on the dice. 9 with a +2. 5. Doesn't get it. And I think that's all the artillery. Yeah, I think that's all the artillery. So look at that. So now Anderson, he's got to recover him. His artillery here can fire. He'll go against the artillery there, I think. +3. He's in range. So 9 with a +3 on the dice. Rolls a 0. That's nothing. Return fire is 3. Uphill 2. So 9 with a +2 on the dice. And he doesn't get anything either. Okay, so that's all our return fire. Next, I think we've got to get more help over here. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. Bring him to support, I think. I know I've got McClaws there just in case, but really trying not to commit them. They're okay, they're okay, they're okay. Okay, so we just got the recovery on the artillery, so he's a 7. Rolls an 8, doesn't get recovered. Okay. So now we have Evans over here. He has a 1 strength artillery someplace, right there. So actually, I should have swapped them around. Darn it. Oh well. I think Evans is not going to do anything. He's good where he is. Let's see, that comes off. Okay, so Anderson, Evans, McClaws, again, keeping them where they are. Next we've got Hood. He's up here. He could support. He could try to push back over here. Yeah, I think we'll try this little adventure over here. So he's going to come up to there. Like that. And then -1 +2 -1 +1 0 7. Yeah. Okay. We'll bring a Wolford. Like so. Alright, so they're going to venture forward, attack them. Defensive fire is going to be an 8 with a +1 for terrain, -1 for disordered, so they need an 8 or higher. Rolls a 2. Attack succeeds. So it's going to be 8 against 3. That's a 2-to-1. Doesn't get the bonus because it's cornfield. Plus 2, and then cohesion is plus 2, so it's 4. So he needs a 5 with a plus 4 on the dice. Rolls 8 plus 2 is 12. Defender's disordered and retreats, so it's the second disorder, so he comes off. And they can actually follow up, do a follow-up attack once they move in. So they'll come in. Yeah, they'll pivot like this. So they need to face forward. Now he's going to have enemy units in its rear, though, so it's going to be -1, but that's okay. So we're going to try the continued attack over here. So defensive fire is going to be 8, -1 for disorder, plus 2 for artillery using defensive fire at a single target, and then plus 2 more for stacked. So it's going to be 4, it's going to be plus 3. So he needs 8 with a plus 3 on the dice. And that got him. Alright. So that stopped the attack at that point. So that's all for Hood. And that's all for Longstreet's first activation. So next activation is going to be Hooker again. Alright, so Hooker comes back out. Now with all this beating up he's taken, he's got to figure out what he wants to do to recover his core. So first off, with artillery, well, I think they're going to have to stand there. Start with Doubleday, firing straight ahead. 3 plus 2 is 5. So he needs a 9 with a plus 5 on the dice. 7. Second one's going after Walker, so he's same thing. Same dice roll. Okay, so Doubleday, what else we've got? Doubleday's moved back. He needs to recover those units. He's got 1, 2, 3 units. 2 units can recover. Gibbon over here, he needs a 6 or less. Rolls a 9. And then we've got Ricketts over here, or excuse me, Phelps over here. 5. Wow. Doubleday is failing miserably. Okay, so now we've got Meade. Try to do something. So Meade's guns are going to fire straight ahead. 3 plus 2 is 5. 9 with plus 5. What can I say? So now with Meade, he needs to retire back to recover. So again, that's all for Meade. This comes off as well. Decisions. So Ricketts needs to come to the aid of everybody here. First off, I think his artillery, oops, come on, is going to fire at Wilford over here. They're in the corn, so it's 2 plus 1 for range. So it's going to be 9 with a plus 3 on the dice. That gets a cohesion test. He is a 6 or less. Rolls a 0, so he's okay. So now Ricketts is going to have to charge him. So this is going to be the only attack over here. So Wilford's defensive fire, he needs a 7. Into Woods, which is -1. He's disordered, is -1. So, yeah, needs a 7 with a -2 on the dice. Doesn't get it. The attack succeeds. It's going to be 9 against 5, which is going to be a 3-2. He's in cornfield, so there's no terrain bonus. So it's going to be a +1. Cohesions are the same, so it's going to be a 5 with a +1 on the dice. 3 + 1 is 4. Everybody's disordered. Yeah, the first core is just failing miserably. And retreats. He retreats. And he retreats. No, he stays. Okay. And that will do it for Ricketts. So Hooker's all done. We've got a couple more to go. We've got Sumner. Okay, so let's see if we can't get him recovered a little bit. Let's start with Sedgwick here first. Sedgwick, he's going to open fire up the hill, I think on him. 3. Range of 3. It's medium range, medium guns, so he's in range. So 3 with a -1. 3 with a +2, excuse me. So he rolls a 2 plus 2 is 4. That's less than 9, so that's a miss. Let's be over here and then zoom you in so you can see what's going on. All right, just a little bit of recap here. He fired up here, missed. A little bit of moving around. Sedgwick here is going to attack McRae right here. So McRae, defensive fire, he needs a 5 or higher. It's open ground, so he gets a +1 on the dice. So let's see what he gets. He gets a 1, so it's the attack succeeds. So it's going to be 9 against 4. That's a 2-1. It is open ground, but it is uphill, so that negates it. So it's going to be a -1 for uphill. Cohesions are the same, so it's going to be a 5 with a +1 on the dice roll. 3 + 1 is 4. He fails. Okay. I don't think the Union attack is going to go anywhere. It's getting a little tough. And now let's see for retreats. Top unit, 2 or less. Okay, bottom unit, 1 or less. He retreats. He goes back. He'll go back here. Okay, 1 unit to rally. He needs a 4 or less. Rolls a 2. That's good. And that will be it for Sedgwick. Next, we have Richardson. Here, 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 and here. It's got 2 units off, yeah. Okay, so going to be recovery. You can't really do much. I think he's going to move the artillery to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to recover. So he's a 6, needs a 6 or less. Rolls a 7. Alright, that's Richardson. French is next. So his artillery up here is firing point blank right here. So there'll be a 4, range of 1. It's going to be uphill. So 4, medium, range +2 is 6, -1 is 5. So he's a 9 with +5 on the dice. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. So now, let's see, how are we gonna weave these guys around? He's gonna pivot like so. He's gonna try to attack. French just has weak units. I'm gonna try to attack over here. I'm gonna pull back. He's gonna go 1, 2 to there. He's gonna go 1 into there, and he'll go back 1 to there. Alright, so these guys will try to attack them. Defensive fire needs a 5 or higher. They're in cornfields, so they won't get a +1. So it's 5 or higher. They roll a 5, so that stops their attack. Alright, well, that's all for Sumner. Alright, next one and last one is Longstreet. Let's zoom you out here a little bit. I don't know much if Longstreet's going to do much except for artillery. They're in a strong position, and the Union is I'll be honest, the Union is starting to collapse on here, particularly Hooker's units up to the north. Sumner's units here in the center, they just can't get any traction. Mansfield, as you can see, didn't even get an AM. It's really becoming a tough situation for the Union. So with Longstreet, first Wright will not do anything. He's perfectly fine over there. The artillery, reserve artillery, I think will do something here. Actually, we're going to take Evans. We're going to rearrange this here a little bit. We're going to have Evans artillery move 2, 4 to there. And then Evans actually will come up with him. Like so. And then we're going to go with the reserve artillery where this unit is going to merge with them. Anderson will stay there. Or actually, I should do the firing first. Apologize. He will fire first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'll be plunging fire. +1, +5. Yeah, +5. Roll 7, 12. Cohesion check for Richardson's artillery, which they fail. But they do get the quick counter battery. 1, 2, 3, 4. Medium, 4 medium in range. +3 uphill. +2. Roll an 9 as well. Makes an 11. Cohesion check for the artillery. They're okay. So he's fired. Interestingly enough, this guy, 1, 2, 3, will go after Richardson's guns as well. So it's plunging fire, +1 for strength, so it's +2. 9 with a +2 on the dice. 6, it's a miss. Okay. So now it's just going to be movement, I think, which is just going to be him. Going over here. And we'll get that off. And we'll get that off. Okay. So now, Anderson, I think he's in good position. His artillery is going to fire. Try to go after Sedgwick's artillery here. It is short range. It's 3. He's in range, so it's 9 with a +2 on base. He misses. Other artillery is still out of commission. Recover movement first, I should say. I think they're in good position. There's no movement, so he's just going to recover. 7 or less. Rolls a 7, so he gets his artillery going. That's all for Anderson. McLaw's staying in reserve. No need to adjust. Hood, on the other hand, back over here, he has a little bit of a precarious position. Let's zoom in on him. So Hood, Wolford is stuck his neck out here and paid for it a little bit. He's got to pull back, I think. Hood's artillery, again, is in good position, but movement, he's going to go 1 to there, and then 2, 3 to there, and he'll stop right there. Law will continue to hold that flank for Lawton. And that'll be it. So that's all for Hood. Okay. So, and that's all for the turn. So now let's, so we've got 4 units here for the Union who's able to recover. We've got 2 units that are going to move down into from withdrawn to recovery. So let's start with the 4 units. So first one here is going to be Brooke A from Richardson. He's a 5. He's a 5. There we are. Rolls a 3. So he recovers. He's part of Richardson, so he's going to go down right there. Next one we have is Meager A. He's a 6. Rolls a 7. He is out of the game. Next one, we've got Cadwell A. He's a 5. Rolls a 6. He's out of the game. And the last one here is Cadwell B. He's a 6, rolls a 3, so he's back in the game. So he's part of Richardson. So Sumner lost 2 units, Meager A, which is a very strong unit, and Richardson, Cadwell A, again another strong unit, coming back in. So, and these 2 units, Cadwell B and Brooke A. Okay, so that's the end of the turn. Let's refocus you folks to give you a wrap up of what's going on here. So here we have the battle. As I said, the Union, it's not looking well for the Union. I will admit here after 7 turns, it's now going to be the 11 o'clock turn. Second Corps is now pretty much committed, disrupted, without making any headway. 12th Corps, same thing, and 1st Corps is in serious trouble as it gets attacked by Jackson's units as part of his counterattack. So we'll see what happens going forward here, but it could be a pretty catastrophic loss here for the Union if they cannot recover. We'll have to take a look here. Now that it's the 11 o'clock phase, we may see about getting the 9th Corps going across the lower bridge or Burnside's bridge, as well as the 5th Corps and the 6th Corps to potentially take some pressure off and make some gains towards Sharpsburg. But right now it's in Confederate hands completely in terms of holding the northern part of the field. So thanks for watching. We'll be back with you the next turn.